I would like to give the floor now to Mariya Gabriel, the European Commissioner for Innovation, Research, Culture, Education and Youth, for a keynote. And we are so happy that despite her very full schedule, she made time to be with us this morning. Please welcome Mariya Gabriel.
Good morning, dear Minister De Croo, dear members of the European Innovation Ecosystem, dear Robin, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, it is a great pleasure to open this first Tech.eu Summit and to be with all of you today. But allow me to begin by saying big thank you to Robin and his team for organizing this event. These kind of events are critical. We need in order to co-create together with all of you the community of innovation, the solutions that will facilitate your life, that will make you our European champions. So allow me really immediately after that to emphasize the importance of your community, because for me it's clear, the community of innovation is the future of Europe, because innovation is the key for our future. But maybe the first question is, what kind of innovation it is? And today I will focus my intervention on sharing my vision of the type of innovation that Europe requires. Then I'll sketch some ideas of how to get there. First, I want to emphasize the importance of Europe looking forward rather than back. We must concentrate our efforts on making Europe a global powerhouse for the next wave of innovation. A new wave of innovation centered on deep tech and startups. For the last 10 years, it's true, digital startups have been the primary source of innovation. They have created incredible solutions that make our lives easier and business processes more efficient. And that is why digital transformation is critical for Europe's present and the foundation for our future. However, I believe that there is now a new generation of innovators and startups. A new generation of innovators and startups that will lead the way in the future. Deep tech startups that combine digital and physical components. Deep tech startups that focus on addressing the sustainable development goals by addressing our most pressing societal challenges. And Europe, that's the good news, is already at the forefront of this new wave, with unicorns, with extraordinary, vibrant local innovation ecosystems. But we need more. More startups that address our most pressing issues in industries such as energy, transport, construction, agriculture, and food. And the very good news is that Europe has 3 competitive advantages that will enable it to become the global leader in this new wave of innovation. The first is our scientific leadership. Deep tech startups are built on scientific intellectual property. And Europe is a scientific leader, both in terms of international publications and patents. And I firmly believe that science and startups are becoming more intertwined than ever. Sure, I'm Commissioner for Science too. And here we have great examples. I'm thinking about Professor Martin Betjev and Insight, or Ugur Sahin from BioNTech. What is our second strong competitive advantage? That's our strong industrial base. Deep tech startups operate in industries that include the physical component. And Europe is the home to the world's leading industrial companies in industries such as automotive, energy, again, agriculture, and transport. Deep tech startups are already collaborating with large European industrial companies. Here we have, again, a lot of successful examples, and I'm always hesitating here, because if I mention one coming from one member state, all the others will ask me why we are not here. So our third competitive advantage is our strong engineering pool. Deep tech startups must have access to top engineering pool, to top engineering talent. The new wave of innovation is led primarily by engineers and scientists rather than IT developers. And as a result of these three competitive advantages, together with my team, we launched few initiatives. The first one, and that maybe will be a surprise to talk about, a European strategy for universities in front of innovation community. But for me, in this new strategy for universities, there is specific measures, such as including incubators in universities, organizing talent fairs, that will encourage these communities to work together. Because we have something really very strong, and that's the excellence of our universities and the way they can provide talents for deep tech startups. Of course, I will not talk about the European strategy for universities today in detail. I will focus my next sentences on the new European innovation agenda, because that's our goal, to build a new European innovation agenda in collaboration with you, with member states, with our regions, with scientists, with investors, leveraging these competitive advantages and existing and new European programs. So what is for us the new European innovation agenda? The new European innovation agenda will pave the way for concrete actions to deliver deep tech innovation and position Europe as a leader in this new wave of innovation. I will not talk about a new strategy. We are talking about agenda and action plan. And the actions, that's for me the difference in comparison with previous periods. The actions are being developed in close collaboration with you. Since the beginning, we are working with the innovation community, with our member states, and here I would like really to say big thank you to the task forces, European Unicorns Group, European Innovation Ecosystem Leaders Group, the Women Venture Capital Group, and the new Women Founders Group created last Friday. So allow me now to outline some of our proposals for this new European innovation agenda. First, let's talk about funding. To support innovators, we must focus on mobilizing private institutional investors in addition to public funding programs. Synergies with the European Innovation Council, with the European Institute of Innovation and Technology, and the Regional Development Fund are required. And when we talk about these synergies, of course, the question is not only about the money, but really how to be as efficient as possible. Second, talents. Without skilled and talented people, innovation in Europe will not thrive. And here I make a direct link with the European strategy for universities, because universities have a key role to play in this. And at the same time, I think that we are all fully aware that the two worlds, universities and innovators, have to work much more closely together. That's why next month, 23rd of June, we are organizing with my team the first ever European Summit for Education and Innovation, in order really to identify together how we can strengthen this cooperation with concrete actions. Entrepreneurship and innovation must be integrated into the educational system from primary schools to universities. It is already too late to begin at the university level. And here, don't hesitate to share with us your concrete proposals, because you know what's happened on the ground. Third, we must focus on innovation ecosystems. Industry should be more engaged with startups, and regional ecosystems should be linked to one another. In only 2 hours, I will announce the first wave of partnerships for regional innovation, which will involve more than 80 European regions. I fully believe that regions are key actors, but we know that there is regional differences, and we need to link the different local innovation ecosystems in order to have this pan-European innovation ecosystem. Finally, for sure, maybe that's our goal too, we must focus on regulations. For example, we are considering the creation of regulatory sandboxes to aid us on our green and digital transition in areas such as hydrogen or geothermal energy. So only by focusing on a small number of dimensions, I fully believe that Europe will become an innovation leader. We need clearly, together with you, to continue to identify our strengths and always to raise the added value of our own European approach. And here, allow me to mention 2 topics that are close to my heart. Of course, young people. 2022 is the European Year of Youth. I believe that young people should play an important role in this context because we count on you, on one side, to inspire our young people, the next generation of innovators, to follow your example, and at the same time, with your cooperation, to identify those young talents and to show them that Europe is their home. Here, together with the new generation of innovators, they can develop their ideas. They can choose to develop their projects and companies here in Europe. Because I fully believe that European youth are inventive, talented, and here is coming my second aspect. I'm always talking about young people, but I would like, and I look in the audience, I would like to address the issue of more women in deep tech, in information and communication technology, in this new world of the digital and green transition. Because it's true, innovation and technology continue to be dominated by men. And only maybe 2 figures summarize everything. 3/4 of startups in Europe are founded by all-male founding teams. And something that is really worrying for me, in 2021, the amount of venture capital funding dedicated to only women founding teams has dropped from 2.4% in 2020 to 1.1% in 2021. This has to change. That is why I already mentioned that last Friday, with extraordinary talented women leading companies, we created the Women Founders Group, which follows the launch of the Women in Venture Capital Group a few months ago. Their work has highlighted the underrepresentation of women in positions of power in this ecosystem. And again, together with all of them, together with all of you, my proposal is to address this issue and to propose concrete solutions that will be included in the new European Innovation Agenda. Why not? It's time maybe to see how with InvestEU we can have a special emphasis on supporting funds led by women and aiming for gender diversity in their investment strategy. So, to conclude, I would like again to say thank you. Thank you, Robin. Thank you, innovation community. We started the process 1.5 years ago to transform Europe into a leader in the new wave of innovation. Definitely, we managed together with you to identify the 4 or 5 main obstacles and dimensions where we would like to see concrete actions. if there will be concrete actions, it's only because you are involved since the beginning. And what I would like to say here, it's again to encourage you to become leaders in this European push for innovation, to work together to ensure the efficient and effective implementation of the actions that will be included in this new European innovation agenda. Because I fully believe, finally, that if we want to make Europe a global innovation leader in the new wave of deep tech innovation, we need to work closely together, startups, scientists, investors, universities, and public authorities. Thank you very much. I wish you a very successful networking and business transactions. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mariya, Gabriel, for making the time to join us for this wonderful speech. We are pressed for time, as always, but we do wanted to take a minute to show our appreciation for the efforts you and your team have already achieved in your tenure. And with this, we'd like to present you with an award. And because it's the first Tech.eu Summit, it's our first award. So we're very, very happy and pleased to present you with this Leadership Award, the very first one.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Very welcome. Thank you. Maybe start. And this is really on behalf of the European innovation ecosystems and the entire community that's also gathering here today. Thank you so much for what you've done already, and keep up the good work, I would say.
Thank you very much, Robin. That's what I like with the innovation community. I think that I know you. I think that we are co-creating solutions together, but always you impress me, and always you surprise me. Thank you very much.
Thank you.